Yes, yes, yes. Welcome and come well to another episode titled Am I as I am, as you are, just as you. Today's episode, we're going to touch upon principle of judgment. What is judgment? Why is judgment? What is this function of what we know or call as judgment? Where does it come from? Where does it reside at? What's its purpose? What's its usage? If any? Of course, you already know the format and how we go along, how we do things on this video cast. I am your host, Amayas Azium, Provolone, again. Am I as I am? And, the format, we can dive right into it. And we can take it doorway after doorway or line after line. Or what we prefer to name it, call it. Take it from here. First doorway is the left brain and right brain hemisphere. We have a brain. We have a left brain and a right brain. Left brain hemisphere, right brain hemisphere. So these are kind of two opposing sides which work for the function of you, the being or the individual being moving along this path of experience. Kind of color in the experience. And coloring in the experience, it's like dealing with same way when you think in certain parts of your brain, you have certain things that light up, certain colors that light up. When they attach certain felt qualities, things they attach to your brain, your head, and they're there to detect where emotion, where feelings come from, where thoughts appear, and what kind of reactions or chemical reactions the brain actually goes through. And it shows like actual colors that light up. So it's here to bring color, to light up color, to bring more character, to paint a personality for you, create a personality throughout this experience, according to your thinking pattern, your ways of thought, how you think, and what you think of, and how it affects you. And this effect creates a chemical reaction within you that creates the you or the personality that you think you are or appear to be. Okay, so it says with your two eyes, you're always going to see things. With your two eyes, you're always going to see things in duality, battle mode, comparison, competition, which basically leads into the whole kind of right and wrong, pure and evil kind of thing. That kind of perception, both right and wrong or bad and good, what we call right or wrong, bad and good, produce an emotion and a chemical reaction within you, within the body, like the brain, lungs, the heart, and the nervous system to be exact, which plays an effect on your immune system, which creates a perfected formula or elixir to keep its own existence running, its own existence live within your emotional and perceptual field of existence, to bring about its own reality. In other words, each side of the brain, left and right and left brain hemisphere, it's basically each side of the brain is validating its own purpose and its own function within you. It's nothing personal. It's only principle. The left and right brain hemisphere are battling for the attention of you and your life force. But it also works together. Like I said, with these two eyes and this brain being here, and these two eyes poking out from the brain, with two sides of the brain and two eyes with two sides of you, left arm and right arm, left hand and right hand, left leg and right leg. You have these things, these functions and sides, and this can only see in duality, battle mode, arrogance, competition, things of that nature. Because it's one side pointing to the other side, painting your one picture, or your one perception, or your one reality, creating the experience. You have the experience on the foundation of your divine existence. So it's nothing bad or good, nothing wrong or right. These are things that just, like I said, produce a certain kind of chemical within you to create a certain personality for you, to bring about a certain kind of character and behavior so that the principle can display through the personality which you play. Okay? Nothing personal, once again, this is just principle, and this is understanding and becoming wise to and having a knowledge of it eventually. Okay? Second line, the second doorway is your pupil and iris in your eyes are circles and or circular, which is an enclosed shape. It's enclosed, it's closed. There's no way out of a circle. There's no way out of a circle. A circle is perfection, and perfection is death or the illusion, which is why you can only see the illusion through your two eyes, illusion and reality, or reality and illusion. So basically what I'm saying is, whatever you see as good and bad, pure and evil, right and wrong, it's still a form of the illusion, because you're seeing it. First you're feeling it and you're experiencing it through an illusional vehicle, illusional vessel. It's actually not here. This body that you see, its eyes, its hair, its head, its face, its skin, its color, its presence is not really here. True aspect of me is my essence. Okay? So it's like, this is the illusion that you're seeing, and you're seeing it through the illusional shapes, which are a circle. A spiral can spiral outward, which is more ancient in the shape of a circle. Because the more you spiral outward, spiral inward outward, the more you're coming towards the illusional aspect. The more you take the spiral inward, getting more to the core of what you truly are, which is known as spirituality, spiritual nature. And since we have a circle which has no way out the circle or no way in the circle, then you are trapped in an illusion. Your eyes are trapped within this own illusion. So once again, what you call right and wrong, good or bad, pure and evil is nothing but the illusion which you're witnessing, but the illusion which you're seeing. So don't get caught, don't take it personal, and don't get caught in these different functions of mind or different functions of this reality according to the nature of the brain. The right and wrong, and that's based upon judgment. So touching upon it, just different pieces, different puzzle pieces, trying to create the whole puzzle of what I'm basically touching upon. So you see through the circles, which means you see through the illusion. You only see the illusion, which is why the whole purpose or the whole understanding of the third eye, which is the first eye, which is the only eye, is the eye that you truly look at this reality, and you let these two YES play in the illusion to give you an illusional reality or an illusional experience. See, so this is what you call, that's good, that's bad, she's good, he's bad, it's good, she's bad, that's wrong, don't do that, that's better, that's great, that's good. It's all a big game. It's not really nothing to take so serious. It's a part of this whole experience that you're supposed to be having. So I guess we'll take it on to the next door. Next line is awareness, observance. To observe the view and situation which you are aware of. Wisdom, to become wise to the reoccurring situation you are observing and are aware of. And response, to respond from a center or middle point of existence, eliminates judgment out of the equation. So awareness, observance, wisdom, and response eliminates judgment out of the equation. So being aware of what's going on, observing what is going on, becoming wise to what you're observing, and then responding to the view and or situation which is occurring or reoccurring. This eliminates judgment out of the equation. There's no need to judge once you become aware of things. You become wise to it and you respond to it. Judgment is no longer heavy upon you, and it's not something that you don't fall for the okie dokie. You don't fall for the 1-2 anymore. You don't fall for the trickery. See it as just a function that you're using to navigate yourself through this experience. And you use it for whatever situation you choose to use, or for whatever reason you choose. So, but judgment is based upon some kind of emotion, judging someone, judging the situation. But understand that when you judge a situation, use that principle judgment as a form of navigation rather than a form of driving you insane or causing a toxic reaction within you or producing a certain poison. So don't take it personal. Understand the principal foundation of its function and operation within you and as you, for you. It's for your benefit. It's not something which is against you. It's actually for you. There's nothing here which is against you. That's number one. So learn to use what you think is against you for you, because if it's against you, if you think it's against you, that means it has an opposite reality as well, which means that it's for you. So learn to utilize these things that are against you or maybe against you at the moment that you're using against yourself, for you and for yourself. Because it has an opposite effect. It has an opposing dynamic to however you're experiencing it in that moment. So just be mindful of that. Keep in mind to keep the heart keep. The next line in doorway is the corpus colostrum. What is the corpus colostrum? The corpus colostrum is the thing that's in between the left and right hemisphere. It's basically related to awareness, spirituality, you want to say it that way, consciousness, being conscious, responsiveness, responding. Anything in the middle world or the sense of middle reality of existence in your experience. So you're not taking the left and right brain so serious. You're not taking your two eyes and what it's viewing and looking at so serious, because you're in the middle, the corpus colostrum. You have this body, it has two different sides, right? It has two different sides. But also as well, it's one functioning vehicle. It's always something to keep in mind, no matter how many things look like as two, it's always one function of something. It's always signifying or implying there's only one functioning thing functioning these two sides which you see with your eyes. It's obvious. It's pretty obvious. So you have two eyes, two ears, two lips, two nostrils, two arms, two legs, two sides of your body, but you're moving as one likeness. This is the whole point. Which is why even your two eyes can only see one view. So you're looking at me right now with your two eyes, you can only see one view. How come I'm not split screen or split two different eyes that you have? Because it's all one view. That's a certain kind of science that's speaking to you and through you, for you. Only if you get it and pick it up. It's really happening besides what you think is out. So remember, this whole thing is based upon instant realization. Instant realization. Not something to think about and ponder on. It's just a fact. Something that you really can't dispute or argue. It's a natural fact. You're experiencing it right now. And that's how real it has to be. I'm experiencing it right now while I get what you told it. Shit, experiencing it right now. This is not something you're going to a book or find out from a lecture or. This is something that you actually just supposed to get right now, in the moments. So that's why when speaking, it sounds like very easy words I'm speaking upon, and how I'm touching upon is very easy. It's very easy to see what you do. It's not something so profound. It's something that should be very quickly grasped very quickly. So we'll go to the next line, next doorway. Next line, the next doorway is, like I said, there's two sides to the body. A relationship or union is composed of two individuals, etc. So the brain is bound to play in that reality. It's a given and a natural play out in this specific layout. Nothing personal, only principle. The only question is, where are you in this dual playout? You should not only be the one experiencing it, also be the one witnessing its own experience from a foundation of existence. That's called suspension or being in suspension, which is to eject out of that plane of existence before it crashes into a mountain. So, any kind of relationship or union or thing that looks like two individuals or two things coming as one thing, brain, that's the brain's opportunity to play within that. So anything that's coming together as one, brain is saying, no, there has to be a two to it. This is what you call hate, love, like and dislike. Do I hate her? Do I love her? Do I hate him? I love him. I care about him. I don't care about him. I give a shit about that, but I don't give a shit about him. So that means anything when you're playing within the two, be aware that there's something which is one that is trying to be split into the two. Understand that. So this is why when two people come together, I told you the two only come together because the one is there. If the one isn't there, the two don't come together. See? Since the one is there, the two come together. But if that one ain't there, the two are not coming together because there is no one thing holding these two units together, these two orbits in place in one. So when you share a relationship, when you have a relationship and you're sharing with each other, you and your mate or your significant other, or the reflection actually. Purification. Whenever something comes together as one, there's always some kind of war. There's always some kind of battle. Which is probably why animosity exists between two lovers. So it's going to reflect as two, anything that is one, because you're in an illusional reality. You're having an illusional experience. And you're split in two. So when the one tries to bring its two together, it goes back into the two aspects again. Every time it comes back to that one, it projects as two. It comes back to the one, it projects as two. Always. In this experience, I don't know how next life, this is such thing as next life. Here, this experience, this is how it runs. This is how it gets down here. This is how things go down here. So you have to know that when duality starts to play, you have to know how to project or how to suspend from that situation or that. From that situation, basically. You have to know how to suspend and eject from that before the planes crash. Planes of existence. See, before the mountain or the plane crashes into the mountain is known as basically before you become so emotionally drained. You start to drive yourself insane. You start to produce all kind of chemical reactions to your body which are not beneficial to your health. You're to die and die. You're to have a certain kind of experience and carry out your mission according to your path and your calling, because it's what you call LIFE is nothing but an opportunity. This is opportunity. This is not life. This is opportunity. Opportunity to cook this vessel, form a certain kind of alchemy, perfect formula within this, perfect elixir within this, to keep this afloat. But the mind is really what is known, which is in the heart. The brain is just here. This is up top. Mind is here. So this is just touching upon certain different things based upon that aspect. But know how to reject and suspend from the situation and be the one experiencing the relationship, but also be the one seeing it. So you want to be the one experiencing it, interacting with it, facing with other individual, your creation, but you also want to be the one witnessing at the same time. You want to be the one experiencing it, playing in it, physically, mentally, spiritually. Okay, so and certain things to keep in mind. And let's move on to the next line. Next line is the word judge is related to the word or name Judas. And Judas was one of the 12 disciples of Jesus. And disciple is the word discipline, which means what we know as judgment is just something that you need to discipline within yourself, your brain to be exact, not your mind. Something you have to discipline within your brain or the brain's function. So the word judge, once again, is to the word or the name Judas. And the name Judas or Judas was one of the 12 disciples of Jesus. And disciple is the word discipline. See, so anything that keeps tying back to a word that sounds like a word is spelled the same as the first letter and last letter, the same thing, sounds the same, looks the same, very similar, they're related. Tie these two together because they're related. Figure out what is it saying to it's behind this word, this word, that it's going to come from. It's the origin of it, so on and so on. Like I said, it's a constant receiving process to get to that core point of existence, that point of essence of laid out to have a knowledge of self, something to whatever it's reality. Let's take it to the next one. Next line, the next goal is judgment is a device which is utilized for reality navigation, creating a specific formula of feeling that gives a sense of direction and or directing. This is what I was touching upon in the beginning. So I'll say that one more time. What we know as judgment is a device which is utilized for reality navigation, creating a specific formula of feeling in the body that gives a sense of direction and or directing. So it's basically something, like I said, once again, that you utilize for your benefit, to your benefit, for yourself and against yourself. So good, bad, as good, bad, pure, and right, it's a certain kind of feeling, signatures of feeling, it's a template of feeling that comes this picture that you navigate yourself within the structure of this experience. So you're saying good, bad, good. You're navigating reality, bad, good, bad, pure. You're doing this, you make left, right, turns, forward, back, forward, back. Doing this. This is just making you approach this reality as you're going forward, but you're doing this. It's giving you a sense of direction. And as it gives you a sense of direction, once you become aware and wise to it, then you start becoming the director and directing your own movement, your own path. You start carving your own path. So maybe something's good, it's here to push you to the right. Or if it's something bad, it's here to push you to the left. See, so it's making you go like this, back and front. back, 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 left, right. It's just making a certain kind of carve to bring you to certain points of experience at certain points of enlightenment or awareness at certain times of experience. This is all that judgment is. You're judging things to move, judge over there. I don't like the people over here, so you move to the right. I don't like how this relationship is going, so I'm out. Left. So it was just a certain kind of form of navigation that you need to navigate yourself in that specific way. To do something within you, to do something for you that you do yourself. So, okay, the next line is it's utilized for and animated as the expressions of behavior, character, personality, and sense of humor. So it's utilized for and animated as the expressions of behavior, character, personality, and sense of humor. This is what it's utilized for. It creates these animations of which how you express yourself, a certain kind of personality. It brings color to your character. It creates a color for your behavior, and you start to about forms that you start to take on. So these are things that you're utilizing. These are suits and costumes and masks that you will come out of as you judge according to your judgment path experience. This is all that it's doing, just giving you color. It's painting in color in the picture. Or it's giving you crayons for your coloring. You know? So it's painting a canvas. It's paint for your canvas or crayons for your coloring. And that's all that this is. It's not no major thing. Also, yeah, so something which is principle has been taken on to human situations. So that's when it starts to look ugly. So things which are principle are taken and made into a human. Like a judge can judge how principle is personal. That's when it starts to come up. To have a certain kind of horrific experience to its nature. It's something that unsuitable to your experience. Remains with the principle you stand it, keep it at it. It's just a function, just an operation, it's just a device which you come right there. That name focus colostrum. Focus colostrum is about the creation of this truth and this place. See, so name within the focus colostrum. Understand what the focus colostrum is. Next line, next door. It's a clear evidence and indication existence of structure, being structure. It's a clear evidence and indication of the existence of structure or being structured. Yeah, again, it's trying to make this judgment thing. It's trying to bring a certain kind of order. It's funny because it's the illusion itself. It's the two sides trying to say, no, pick the side, pick the side, pick the side, pick the side. You got things like sports, making you pick a team. You got things like running, um, politics, showing you that person's good, that person's bad, that's a bad thing. You have things like this that feed that emotional aspect of judgment or enhances it or intensifies it. It's intense to a certain to it causes a chemical reaction within you. Or but it's saying no, pick me, pick me, or pick me, or pick me. It's trying to say, it's trying to create you, it's trying to order, make you order, structure you in something. It is structuring you in something. See, so um, something is trying to structure you in a way saying, I'm the only one who exists. The other side is saying, I'm the only one who exists. The other side is saying, I'm the only one who exists. Every time you navigate back and forth into one of these realms of called judgment, it's bringing you back and forth saying, I'm the only one who exists. I'm the only one who exists. I'm the only one who exists. The more you give your attention and focus into it, the more you become that. But it doesn't mean that you're supposed to become that to begin with. The more you give it attention, the more you give it life, the more you give it life and try to turn you away from it, the more it's going to start to pull you back towards it because you gave it so much life. It's saying, no, this is the way to do it. 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 It's trying to bring about a certain order. It's trying to structure you a certain way. Chaos is made somewhere more than this. That's what chaos means. Being able to use both of these devices and operations and functions of right, pure and up and down, and now forward and back, becoming wise to it, realizing it for your benefit, to navigate yourself with this experience. However, choose to if you know how to utilize its functions. Okay? Order and chaos, creation and destruction, structure and foundation. Understanding these things, these are just polarities of life, or what you call life, or just polarities of what I call as opportunity. This is just an opportunity to liberate yourself from to stay as mine, remain as mine. Order and chaos, creation and destruction, structure and foundation. These are just polarities. Two illusional opposing sides, but they actually work together. Making you think that they are separate, but there's no such thing as separation. Because if that is the left brain and right brain, guess where they connect? Corpus colostrum. So learn about the corpus colostrum. Understand the one. The number stands for the understand the number one. That's nothingness with the true power. You have to embrace at some point experience. But as much as you know about your what's, you should also know about your both are significant mind enhancement, experiential growth. No matter how spiritual you are, you still project it. You still have an identity. So the what that you are, which is the spirit or the essence, and the who that you are, which is the personality, both work as one thing. It's know that thing. Stand, see the judgment, truth. It's going to be a part two to this. For now, Asium, am I as I am, as you. See you guys next time. Till then, 1, 0.